And now we have got a very special interview with none other than Big Birmingham G, Aaron AK. So what's good, my brother?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How about yourself, man? Thank you for having me on, guys.
I'm good, man. All right, do you know what it is? The pleasure is all ours. The pleasure is all ours. It's all about finding these artists that we might not have heard of otherwise, you know, and trying to push them as well and give them a bit of a platform. I know you've been on some of the larger platforms as well, things like the is it Link Up TV you've been on, and I know P110 you've done a few. Is it P110? Is it?
Yeah. So I've got 2 on P110 and 2 on Link Up TV at the moment.
Yeah. So and that's what it's all about, and they're just trying to get yourself about. But yeah, I mean, for the listeners, bro, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, man, massive. So big up everyone that's obviously locking in. So my name's Aaron AK, originally from London, obviously living in Birmingham now. Yeah, man, I'm a singer, songwriter, rapper, and yeah, man, I love to make music. So obviously I want to keep making music for you guys to listen to and enjoy too. And yeah, man, I hope you can all relate to, you know, like a story I've got to tell, a little journey. So yeah, man, a massive love for that.
Yeah. That, I mean, like we've had a couple of tracks we played just now, and
yeah.
From my personal point of view, I reckon like you know, if you sum people up in a couple of words, that's conscious and wavy. Definitely conscious and wavy. A wavy guy, man. Like it's nice to listen to. It's easy to listen to. But then you've got them nice bars in there as well. You're not just, you've got the content, in my opinion. Yeah. I do enjoy that. That's nice. So big ups yourself, man. I think everybody should check yourself out. So, I mean, when it comes to it, you've obviously just dropped a new one.
Yeah.
Do you want to say something a little bit about that one for the listeners?
Yeah, man. I dropped one on this Friday just gone. It's called Dilbar. So it's a Desi sample track. Obviously, I'm Sikh Indian, so all my family, you know, ever I've started doing music, everyone in the family, friends, they've always said to me, you know, you're not going to do an Indian tune or a Desi sample tune because that's what they want to hear me on. And primarily, I don't listen to Bhangra or Asian music myself. Yeah. As funny as it sounds, yeah, I don't look. I'll listen to it, but I won't have it in my playlist. If that makes sense.
I do like the sound, but I know what you're saying. Yeah. I don't have it in my playlist, yeah, but I love the sound.
I found this beat that I was speaking to the producer, and like he was saying to me, "Oh, the beat's here." Blah 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 blah. Took the convo with him, and I listened to the beat. As soon as I heard the beat, and I was like, "This is hard." Like I don't listen to Asian. This beat's hard. Like I need to do something to it. So obviously, as soon as I found that same night, it was about 2 weeks ago, I wrote the song in like within an hour. I was like, as soon as I go studio next time, I'm going to bang it out. And obviously, I was just thinking to myself, like, I need to do a Desi tune because everyone's asking for it, so it's only right. And it's just blowing up, man. To be fair, it's been a week tomorrow, and it's just been radios pretty much all week. It's crazy, man. The people show up. I think it's a sound that people appreciate because they've not heard my sound on that kind of sound together. So the two work in a way.
It's sick as well. Like like you say, it's not something that you know you might have in your playlist and things like that, and obviously a lot of people asking. So there's a couple of things that I got to touch on there. First of all, like big ups because you're catering to your fans there, and it's what people want to hear and things like that. And that's, you know, that's always what you've got to do, isn't it? Like if people want to hear that stuff, then, you know, you give them that stuff, but also like you're sticking to your roots as well, not just with the like you're saying, the Desi roots and things like that. It's also with the grime or hip hop roots that you've also had as well. It's also mixed in and things like that in it. So it's exactly. Big ups for that. It's sick. We've got that track to be played in a bit. So everybody who's listening, hold on for that one. That's a big one. If you haven't listened to it, then you will get to if you're listening to us. That's the one. But we were touching on a little earlier on. You said originally from London, and then now you're residing in Birmingham. So do you want to just give the listeners a bit more of a just a broad just outlook of how the whole transition from London, like what type of age or whatever, how long you've been in Birmingham, and how both of the cities have influenced your music and stuff?
Yeah, definitely, man. So I was obviously born and bred in East London. I'm in Birmingham when I was I'd say 10 years old, 11 years old. You know, like family. Obviously, my father split with my mum. Obviously, most of my mum's family lived up in Birmingham, so that's where it all kind of took apart. So like we all moved up here with my mum, of course, as you do. You know, most people, when parents split up, you normally go with the mum.
Yeah. As it goes, yeah.
Ones that leave and stuff. So yeah, man. So that that took place. And yeah, it was like a new life basically up here, because obviously I didn't know anyone up here. I've never been to Birmingham as a young kid, so coming up here, starting fresh, leaving all my friends, school, everything behind, all my memories basically, starting fresh from scratch again. But yeah, man, I'd class Birmingham as my home. You know what I mean? Like it's made me grow up as an adult. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I was about to say you can hear it in your
it's taken over.
Yeah. So I mean, I hear more the Birmingham than the London, but I mean, obviously people from London might hear more the Birmingham, and people from Birmingham might hear more the London. I know it was similar for my mate Geese I used to roll with. He was from Northampton, and when he went Northampton, they said he sounded like he was from up north, and when he was up here, they sounded like he was from Northampton. So it's one of them. He had a bit of a crossover of accents. So I don't know if it's the same, but it's one of them. Man. But yeah, that's sick. That's sick. So like music wise, how long have you been doing music yourself?
Oh, see, I've been doing music personally so I'm 27 now, since I was in high school. So like year 10, year 9, 10. But it's always been just a mess around, you know what I mean? Like it's always been something I could do because I like to do it, and
like a nice hobby and a passion.
Yeah, which it is, but only over the last I'd say about 12 months or so. So this time last year is when I started more serious, because that's when I actually had my first on P110. So that's when I kind of had a conversation with my producer, and his name's Wisdom. So big up Wisdom. He does like all my engineering. Yeah, man, we had a conversation with each other, and he's always said to me, and people have always said to me, I've got the talent, but I just need to use it. And I've kind of fell back in love with music, because a few years ago I was not in participating in music at all. I didn't see the point in it. And I feel like if you're not fully involved or committed to something, there's no point. There's no point being hard.
Fair. That's big up.
So what's inspired that then? What's inspired you to take that more seriously?
Just personally, bro, like in life, innit? Like I'm in a good place in life, like with my family, with work.
Yes, I hear that.
You have to kind of grow up and learn lessons, and with if it could be like you might have to get over a relationship or someone that's passed away in your family, anything like so. All these things have happened in my life, and I feel like in this right moment in time, it's kind of elevated me, and I'm a bit more strong mentally as well. So yeah, man. And I just went back into the booth one day, I listened to a few beats, and I have a few drinks as you do, and I was just like, and I started doing what I do, and that's it, man. From that day onwards,
that's sick. Big ups. That's what it is. It's got you got to have a passion for it, and if anything's like a bit of a half-assed or a bit of a chore, then you're just a bit like, do you know what it is? Like, what's the point? And I totally get that. I've dipped in and out of music for a good few years myself, and like now I'm probably enjoying it a lot more than what I ever have, and like big ups to like the people that you have around you and things like that as well. I'm sure, like you were saying, you were bigging up your producer there. I'm guessing he's a real good guy to be around and things like that, and you get real productive and that with them type of people. So
definitely, man. And I've always thought to myself, and it's just a quote in life, like you want to do something for yourself. It's no good having Tom, Dick and Harry saying do this, do that. You need to want to do it for yourself first and foremost. And yeah, man, I think that's where it's about, and just surrounding yourself with good positive people, man.
That's the one, isn't it? That's the one, of course. Yeah. I mean, have we got anything? I mean, we've got a few in the comments, a few people. Jake Emery, I'm sure you've spoke to this guy in the past. Professor Emery, we call him, Professor Jake. But yeah, he's saying you're a versatile MC, versatile, not even MC, artist, like versatile artist. So big ups to that one.
Shouts JR,
Just
picking up on what we were just talking about there. He says it always helps if you surround yourself with like-minded people. So
definitely.
So have you got anything coming out soon then? You've just dropped your new one there, but have you got any projects or anything in the making or anything like that?
Yeah, man. So I'm currently looking on working. Well, it's already pretty much done. I just need to think of a release date for my debut EP. So I've got an EP coming out. It's gonna have 6 songs on there. Yeah, man. I've been doing a lot of singles and videos and stuff, but I think I need I thought to myself towards the end of last year, I need to do a project that people can actually, just like an EP or an album or something that people can actually, 6 or 5 songs that people can be like, look, here you go, guys. This is for you guys supporting me, blah, blah, blah. I don't care about money or nothing. Like, I'll put it out for free. I don't mind. Like, just download it.
That's for the love of it, isn't it? And
yeah, exactly.
That's big up. So what's that going to be called? And when do you reckon timescale that's going to be dropping?
So I'd say probably March, April. Like I've already said, the songs are done, to be fair. The artwork being worked on as we speak, so I should have that by this weekend. And then it's just about me putting a date to it, to be fair. So I'd say March.
So will there be visuals towards tracks as well then?
Yeah, man. So I've already made a video. I think was it last year, end of last year, December time, for one of the songs called "The Weekend," which I've done the music. Got it edited. It's on my computer, ready to go. So I'm looking to upload.
The next drop then, The Weekend, will it?
Yeah, music video.
Yeah. So you hear it first then here on CUSH UK Radio. Yeah.
There you go.
The first drop from Aaron AK is going to be The Weekend. So there we go.
That's it. The video. So yeah, man,
we'll give that an exclusive spin if you're up for that, bro. Like, just whenever it's ready, just get shot it over.
Oh, definitely, man. Definitely.
I mean, whenever we speak to artists, when we interview them and things like that, we always kind of try and touch on like the kind of situation that's happening around us, as you always kind of do as rappers and as artists and as anyone. Like, so I mean, I know it's a bit of foolishness in some senses, but how has the lockdown and things like that in the UK been for yourself, mate?
Look, don't get me wrong, I miss little things, you know what I mean, like seeing friends, family, going to the pub, I mean, having a few pints and that, watching the football with the lads.
So can I just interrupt there? Sorry, were you performing then before the lockdown happened, or?
Not really, no. But I think now what happened was I was actually connecting with a lot of artists. So like, there's a sweet shop, like an American shop where I live called The Joint, and they were hosting DJ set things, and obviously I met Socks there. On those socks.
Oh yeah, sick. We had Socks on not long ago. Back end of the year.
For me, like that was because I was looking. I've always watched Socks and stuff, you know, because I've always been. When I first started music, it's been with grime, and I've looked up to the. You know, I mean, I've always watched them as a younger, like in school and stuff. So to meet him and that, and then I met with Psycho, who was part of SHM, a few other artists as well, man. And there was like a clothing brand going on, and there was a lot of like movement going on, you know what I mean? Like I was linking up and meeting new people that I've never met before, putting a face in the name. And then obviously lockdown.
That's the thing, and lockdown stopped all that type of stuff, hasn't it, man? Because I mean, I know for certain I'd have been in Birmingham definitely again. I've been a few times, but yeah, one of the artists, or well, a couple of the artists from around them areas, we've had on the show and also played a lot of the tracks, and obviously they're just I think it was sick that I discovered them. One of them, Mayday. Have you heard Mayday before?
Yeah,
Mayday, and have you heard Nihanda as well?
Not too sure, no.
Singer, she's a singer. She does a bit of busking and things like that as well, and she's a sick MC as well. But yeah, man, it's what I would like to say. I reckon like it's kind of the hub now, isn't it, Birmingham, for these artists? Like,
I think so, man.
Artists coming from there now, like so many that are established as well, like the likes of like JKs and all them type of people, like
exactly.
Leash, she's killing it, obviously, like on primetime TV and things like that. Like, it must put belief in people within the city to see things like that happening, even through lockdown. Is that true? Yeah. Or?
Yeah, I agree, man. But yeah, like quickly coming back to the question about lockdown, I think personally it's been a benefit for me in a weird way. Like I've got a lot more time to focus on music and actually just think about what I want to do after lockdown. You know what I mean? I think get so caught up in doing what you're doing on a if you're working a 9 to 5, etc. Life can just pass you by. But when it's kind of like a sentence. You're like inside all the time.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? You got time to like reflect on that, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So like, I think for me personally, it's got me a bit more organized. It's got me networking massively. Like I've never spoken to so many radio presenters, DJs, artists since being. So it's been it's been like a plus.
So it's like silver linings, isn't it? Obviously, it's a bit of a it's a nightmare. We can't get out and like play our music to people and get to shows and interact and things like that. But like Rage was saying there, it's give us time to set goals and like achieve them goals and things like that.
Adapt and overcome, innit?
Yeah, adapt and overcome, and that's what it is. Yeah, definitely. And
man, I think
it's good to hear that, and it's good to hear that type of positive thing on radio. I think. I mean, I'm deep in the conversation with just you here, bro. But it's mad to think like there's loads of listeners there, and yeah, obviously them listening to us now, like hopefully it gives them a bit of that you know, that oomph that they might need, because it is hard. Like me myself, I've struggled with mental health problems, but a lot of other, I mean, I'm glad to say I'm in a good place now. A lot of other people aren't in that place, you know, a lot of the time. But you know, people like ourselves who can kind of say, you know what, you can do it, set a few goals or whatever, and things can be done and the rest of it. And yeah, it's sick to see. It's sick to see. It's good. People who've got a platform, because you've got a platform now, bro. Like definitely, if I know you've been on it for like time or whatever, but like obviously getting back into it.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it is. You kind of evolve yourself a bit in there, because I dipped out with my music for a bit, and now I still feel like I'm trying to find myself and things like that. But yeah, man, it's sick to see.
Sick. Yeah, is there anything you wanted to tell our listeners or anything like that? Is there anything you had in mind you wanted to say before we go?
Yeah, man, I think, you know, like you guys said, touched on with the lockdown, it's difficult. You know what I mean? There is days where you can be like, it don't feel like there's no end to it kind of thing. But I think, you know, as everyone just sticks to the rules and just be sensible, you know what I mean? Think about other people, not just yourself. Like it could be your grandparents, whatnot. But yeah, man, I think there is a light to the end.
Light to the end of the tunnel. That's the one. That's the one. Definitely.
And I think, you know, be sensible for a few months. Hopefully, you know, by the summertime, we could be eased up a bit.
Isn't it? Hopefully, we can have a big summer, because it will be a big summer if it is, isn't it? It'll be a massive summer, man. Even if it's pissing down with rain, people will still be out there partying, innit? People still be out there partying. But yeah, man, hopefully we can link up with yourself again if we ever do any events up this way or anything like that.
Yeah,
definitely. You're welcome anytime. I want to touch on one more thing before we do get going. I mean, when it comes to featuring with artists, we've got a few artists that do listen to the show and things like that from around our way. And even myself. Are you open to collaborations and things like that? And are you open to working with new artists and things like that from all around the UK?
Yeah, definitely, man. That's actually one of my goals for this year is obviously to put out a project, but then after that, I want to work on labs. So yeah, man, as long as we both can, you know, bounce off each other. I don't artists if I don't, you know,
produce them bangers, produce them hits. That's the one in it. You got to produce them hits.
I'm good.
Just good. Yeah, man. I'm you know, my DMs are always open, man. So if anyone wants to shout at me, just feel free, man.
So there you go. All the artists that are listening, any artists that are listening, you know, Aaron AK, DMs always open. He will listen. Follow him up. Yeah. Who was your producer as well? What was your producer's name again? Sorry.
His producer, Wisdom.
Yes. So I'm gonna go follow Wisdom up after this phone call. But yeah, everybody go follow Wisdom up as well. I mean, we're gonna head out in the next minute or so. Is there anything else you want to say to the listeners before we bounce out? Like when with regards to like tunes coming up, things to look out for, and just any big ups for any of your people who might be listening, brother.
Yeah, man. So as everyone knows, Dilbar, my latest single was out on Friday. It's on Spotify, iTunes. All streaming platforms.
Next.
Yeah, man. If you can obviously add that to your playlist and share it, that'll mean a lot to me. I've got a music video coming out hopefully towards the end of next month. And yeah, man, the EP's landing soon as well. So just keep supporting. And that's it, man.
And do you have a name for that EP, bro?
Yeah, man, it's going to be called the Level Up EP.
The Level Up EP from Aaron AK. So look out for that one. Big artist. It's been sick speaking to you, bro.
Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Like I say, we are going to play a new one right about now. But big ups yourself, and I'm sure. Like I say, we're going to keep in touch, and you know, we're predicting it now. Yeah, hot for 2021. Aaron AK. Yeah, definitely. Big ups, brother. And big things coming. Big things coming. We're predicting it. CUSH UK. We haven't been wrong yet. So let's go. Yes, big ups, bro. This next one, Aaron. Hey, I tell you what. Do you want to introduce this next one? It's your new one, brother.
Go for it, man. So it's my latest single, Dilbar by Aaron AK. Trust me.
Trust me.
Am I the PCA noise? Can you be honest? At least when we talk, I know she's honest. We both on the same page because we read from it. I got the vibe 'cause the